We have time. We have time. Because I keep his name on the list. You have to. You have volunteers. I would like to see him also to speak. Great
I think they just had an IAPTC meeting.
Yes. You sent it to me. In Peru.
Oh, I thought it was in Cairo.
No, in Peru. They travel too much these days.
The UN and Peacekeeping. We have contracts that last a year or two, and it's related to the budget and to the mandate. So I like to joke with my Serbian friends. I said, "They should call me up because we bury the hatchet." So they close the mission, and then I lose my job. Yes.
And forgive me.
Donc c'était très intéressant que vous avez fait le lien entre l'expérience de Moussa et puis aussi Afrique et Sahel. C'est intéressant. C'est les mêmes chiffres. L'explosion démographique qui arrive aussi à la pays du
We'll say a few words. But don't worry.
Famous professor.
I wanted to welcome you all to the residence of Egypt, which we always say is the residence of also Egyptian-Serbian friendship. And I think, and I hope, increasingly so, it's becoming the house of friendship to the UN to multilateralism. You know, we are well dedicated to, and all fully dedicated and committed to the principles and purposes of the UN. After all, that is what the goals and objectives that we all aspire for, is a just, democratic, equal world to us all. And we've all contributed to building the UN bit by bit. So we're very, very happy to have you all around to commemorate. I think this particular seminar is an example of this, you know, whereby Embassy of Belgium, Embassy of Morocco, Embassy of France. I don't know if our friends from the French Embassy are here, and of course yes, yes, no, it was the French and of course Conflict Center have come together in this, and we've also had the opportunity to explore the potential and the richness that is here through the Ambassador of Argentina, bringing also a lot of wealth of knowledge about the UN. So I think this is one example of how countries can come together for a shared objective, and it's a particular pleasure that this is gaining momentum, that it is expanding through. We had the pleasure to listen to the Assistant Minister about Serbia's role and active contribution to the world of multilateralism as well, and he promised me that he will send us a translated version, so that we are trying to bring in as a partnership between, I have it here in French, so I have to translate almost in parallel, you know, that to the world of the UN. We appreciate the reform that the UN Secretary General Guterres is bringing to the peace and security pillar. I've personally had the chance to welcome Secretary General Guterres, I think 2 weeks after he became Secretary General, by organizing his visit when I was Deputy Assistant Minister for UN Affairs, and he spoke at the Cairo University Dome Hall, which is an honor that very, very few people get, and he did get at the very beginning. And I was so impressed that he actually spoke for almost an hour without reading neither from a phone nor from so it really shows how he spoke from heart, but he also how much adhered to on a voluntary basis. There's also the declaration of engagement commun, commitments that actually fill in that aspect of also performance. As chair of the G77 last year, the whole of last year, Egypt was happy to actually give support of the developing countries to these particular reform ideas that the Secretary General has brought through, including the very important aspect of finance, which we see that it will need even more work, but we are somehow on the right track for that. We did hold in Cairo the regional conference on peacekeeping in November 2018 that I think has also brought in the Arab-African contribution to the conceptual work of the UN reform of that particular pillar. And again, it's giving birth to a number of follow-up activities that I'll be happy to share with you as well. So what is to come, if that is what has been done? The feuille de route du Caire, the roadmap of Cairo, which was initiated in that November 2018 conference, and that basically aims at an integrated, balanced, synthesized mutual reinforcement between that partnership or engagement commitment and UN peacekeeping in general. We will be organizing in Egypt, and Mahmoud, you know this better than me since you are now on the ground, in this third trimester of 2019, a retreat for the heads of UN missions, in retraite. This was originally in English, it's something. There's no country that can do that alone. Even the UN cannot do that without the full support of its membership. It's the will of the international community that brings this to fruition. And I think no one better can realize this than experts like you who come from the different members of the UN, but who come also from the missions on the ground. I think you can, through your presence here in the Conflict Center, and we're again appreciative of the work that you've done, bringing that to fruition. I have no glass to raise, but I have all good words to raise for all of you, for an excellent course, for a lot of wealth of expertise, and for many, many more times to see you in Belgrade and hopefully in Cairo and all the seats of the UN. So welcome, Ambassador Sugar. Happy to always have your needs.
Thank you, Ambassador, dear Ambassador, dear friend, if I may.
Please.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for this great initiative to have seminar.
Opinions and views and advices from the most experienced people in this area. Thank you also for all the support and cooperation you extend to the Conflict Center, and we are looking forward to future cooperation. And also, just I would like to inform everyone that next month, from 16 to 18 of April, Conflict Center is the host of the European annual meeting of the European Association of Peacekeeping Training Centers, and it will be, practically all peacekeeping training centers from Europe, plus from New Zealand, from Pakistan, from Thailand, from Egypt will be represented during this meeting, and from the US as well. European Union and the OSCE, in addition to the UN, will be at the conference. So we will extend invitation to all the embassies and ambassadors here. And it's an interesting program. I think it is addressing some of the key issues, contemporary key issues, and it is very timely because we have to admit, I'm very glad that you organized this gathering and that you are pursuing this initiative of GeNyVa with the NY, because multilateralism in general is under pressure, and we have to acknowledge this. And it is under pressure, and all the multilateral organizations are under pressure, both politically and financially. And we have to do our part in order to support multilateralism as the way for cooperation and for the resolution of the conflicts. Parallel with the seminar, we were running a course about mediation and the peaceful resolution of international conflicts. And I just wanted to introduce my good friend Emmanuel. You know him from the seminar, but he's one of the most experienced UN mediation advisors and also UN mediators involved in a number of conflict situations, not just in Africa. He's just coming from the Istanbul conference on mediation as one of the key speakers. And it is a great honor to have Emmanuel with us, and we are looking forward, Emmanuel, to have you in Belgrade again next year.
Take care.
Thank you very